Alright, we're just heading out on a little adventure. There's some flares for you. Hey guys, I've got the whole family here.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
We've been at this caravan park for a week now. We're about to hit the road and we have to make a pit stop in town to pick up some things from the post office. We get asked all the time, how do we get mail without an address and living on the road and stuff, so I thought I'd bring you along and have a chat about how we get mail and how all of that sort of stuff works whilst living in a bus and traveling all of the time. Let's get going. This is where the kids sit and we're heading to the post office.
Yeah, we got 2 kids, so there's only 2.
All right, there's the post office. Let's go get it, baby.
Yeah, let's go there, baby. I'm a mama, don't call me baby.
Oh, sorry, Mama. So every time we're at the post office, Aya wants to buy a lot of things.
Hum, hum.
All right, thank you. Come on, it lives here. You say bye-bye? All right, let's go to the bus. This parcel had some stuff for Aya, so we're looking through it. There's some flares for you. There was some clothes for IE in the parcel, his first ever board shorts. My goodness. These are from one of our favourites, Oak Meadow Kids, another bus living family. Hey, do you like them? Hey, mister.
Yeah. Looking good.
Okay, the bus is full of food and water and we have made it out to this national park. It is really, really beautiful. We're parked up under this amazing tree. There's birds singing. We are very happy. We've spent the past week in a caravan park, which is nice sometimes and needed just to clean and do all the washing and if we need to like have Wi-Fi or something. But coming out here is unbelievably peaceful and calming and it's so quiet and yeah, we absolutely love it. So there's actually a waterfall just over near where we're parked up, so I'm going to show you guys because I think you might like to see it. And this guy is sound asleep, looking out at all the trees. So a sad thing that happened was when we left, this had been out getting some rainwater and Chris accidentally drove over the pot it was in and crushed it. So we need to do something about that and try to get him to survive. I don't know, we've become quite attached to our plants and that one in particular, I can't believe it's alive. When we went out on the boat, the catamaran, for a week, we left it in the really hot bus and we came back and it looked like it was completely done for and it's bounced back. So I feel like it's going to be okay, but we need to do something about it. And also I've come to realize that I don't know if I'm just not the best person to look after plants. They struggle a little bit in the bus environment. So if anyone's got any tips, I would love to hear them.
I'm the boss.
Oh, you're the boss?
Yeah.
What are you selling at your shop?
I'm selling pizza, moolie, and chocolate mints.
Oh, can you ask the helper how much longer the wraps are going to be?
How much longer the wraps are going to be?
As long as it takes.
How long it takes?
Do I owe you any money for it or are we good?
Yeah, I have money.
Oh, you give me money for it.
It's going to be ready soon.
Cool.
How's your baby doing?
Oh, he's a bit tired. He's just had his lunch.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's going to go to sleep whilst I eat this wrap. Oh, it's ready. It's so beautiful. Thank you guys. Thanks, Mr. Helper.
You're welcome.
This wrap is absolutely amazing. Chris, it's so good.
My My dad's there. I have one and I have one on the bus.
You're the boss. We're just heading out on a little adventure and like promised I was going to show you guys around. It's super beautiful here. And maybe we'll go for a swim if the sun stays out, which we're hoping because we need it on those solar panels. Look at these tree roots down the side of this big rock. That's amazing.
Literally. It's growing off the side of the rock.
We're coming. It is pretty hot up here, but check it out. And Ai's woken up. Hey, mister. Alright, it's coconut time. We've got this little tap thing to open them with. It's been super handy.
Yeah.
I've been sharing coconuts quite a bit on my Instagram stories, and a lot of people have been asking what they are. They didn't know what they look like, or they've only seen the inside husk sort of thing. But this is a coconut. Chris is just cutting some of the fibre off because IE loves chewing on it, and I'll show you what's inside when he cuts through. There's a lot of fibre and you're getting really good at cutting them, but it's definitely hard work.
It is. I think a machete would be easier.
Yeah.
What's machete?
It's like a big knife.
Alright, so lots of the fibre's off now, one end. So A is the coconut smasher. Oh, she's gonna need a hand, Chris.
Road might be better.
She's done it.
Oh, wow, this is super sweet.
Is that?
Mm. Mm.
You did it, Aya! Can I have a look inside?
Wow.
Oh, it's a good one. Hey guys, so quite a bit of time has passed since I started trying to film this video. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, so it's well and truly time I sat down and had a chat with you all. I mentioned that this is going to be a bit about how we get mail on the road. You guys seem very curious about what it's like not living with a fixed address, how we receive parcels, and what we do with like banks and all of that sort of stuff. So it's been about 3 years since we left our apartment. Aya was 10 months old, I'm pretty sure. She's like over 3.5 now, which is mind-blowing. But yeah, we haven't had a fixed address for quite a long time. So basically my parents' house is the address we use with like banks and things like that. If we're sending invoices, all of that sort of businessy stuff, our fixed address is my parents' house because that's where we would store our stuff. It's sort of like a bit of a home base for us because it's in the same state we're mostly traveling in. We have used Chris's parents before to get some stuff sent, but they are actually also traveling full-time in their caravan. So my parents' house is where we get things sent if we really need something, and also just for our bank accounts and stuff like that, they're linked to my parents' address. So that works fine for us here in Australia. I'm not sure about laws and stuff like that in other countries. And then with day-to-day things like getting stuff posted or buying stuff online, it is for sure more of a hassle than if you have a fixed address. You need to know where you're going to be at certain times and stuff, like how long postage is going to take so that you meet your parcel and things like that, which that might work fine if you were sort of planning your whole travels and you knew where you're going to be, but we often have no idea. We go to a place, if we love it, we stay for as long as we want, and then when we're ready to leave, we go. Sometimes like we don't know until that day that we're actually going to head off and stuff. So planning 2 weeks in advance to get a parcel sent, we're sometimes like, we don't even know if we're heading north or south right now. So it can be a bit trickier, but I have actually found that to be a very positive thing. It's helped me on my minimalism journey because I buy less online for sure. But I also have these moods that I sometimes go into when I'm like, I'm feeling like buying stuff. And then I'm like, okay, you don't have an address, you don't know where you're gonna be. Like, it's over and done with pretty quick because it's more of a hassle, if anything. But in saying that, sometimes we do need stuff and we get our parcels delivered to post offices along the way. It's really easy to set up online. It's so convenient. So you choose the town that you're going to be in, you get a temporary address at their post office. The parcel gets sent to the post office. We go in, I'm like, hey, I'm Jinti, I've got a parcel to pick up. They go and pick it up and give it to me and we're done. And it's fine and awesome and has worked really well. Actually, you know, it can be really annoying because Australia Post doesn't receive particular parcels from other couriers because they're like the competition or whatever. It hasn't arrived in time and we're trying to move on, or we have to like backtrack and stuff. Whilst it's certainly not convenient, we make it work. What we tend to do is if we know we're going to be somewhere in like a month's time, something's booked or we're definitely heading that way, I'll get everything sent to one post office that we will pick up, and making sure everything has been there before we arrive. The other thing we do is sometimes get stuff sent to our family because, you know, we're going to be visiting them at some stage and they can bring a parcel or whatever we had with us. We did that just the other month with my mum, my sister. They came up and brought a few things that I had gotten sent to them, like these bed sheets. We got new bed sheets and that works really well for us. And when I meet other people on the road, they're doing exactly the same sort of thing that we are. So yeah, it's actually pretty straightforward. You can check it out on like the Australia Post website, or wherever you are in your country, you could have a search for a similar thing. I'm sure there's plenty of different options out there because we're certainly not the only people like living on the road but needing to collect parcels at the same time. I want to touch on one more thing with this though. Since we've been on the road, I have really come to see the toll that online shopping can take. We are driving past road trains all of the time, especially since we've traveled further north in Queensland and it's becoming a little bit more isolated at times, and we're passing giant trucks from like Australia Post or courier services and stuff like that, like road trains they're called. And it's just made me a lot more aware of what it takes to deliver a parcel. It's so simple. You go onto a website, you click pay, you put in your address and you're like, cool, it's going to arrive at my door. But there's so much involved in that process, and it's definitely been eye-opening just seeing it more firsthand and realizing it's just so much more sustainable and environmentally friendly to buy things like locally or in person in a way. What it's led to is like when we need something, we try to get, for one, a little creative, and nearly every town we go to, we actually visit the secondhand stores. They're op shops here in Australia, thrift stores. We just go in there and see if there's something that we need there. It's like a novelty thing actually. We go in, Ayla loves finding a dress in her size. It's just actually something we really enjoy doing. We buy books and clothes mostly, but little knickknacks, kitchen stuff sometimes. Secondhand stores are amazing. I'm going to wrap it up here because I have been speaking for quite a while. I hope you got something from this video. I hope I maybe answered a question about how we get our mail. I'm sending love to each and every one of you, and I'll see you whenever our next video is. Thank you so much for watching.
What are you doing today? What are you doing today? What are you doing today? Sideburns. And we're off. Oh, the mirror. That was me this time.
Wait, wait. To the post office.